Boom! Ever seen a mini PC with an RTX 5090 liquid-cooled AIO? I don't think so. 100% first in the world. Do you know what the #1 problem with mini PCs is? Graphics. But what if there was a way to fix it? In fact, this mini PC here from Beelink is actually going to fix this with this one, because now we can add a full graphics card. This is the GTi model, not VW. Core Ultra 9 285H CPU there, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. Let's have a look. Thank you for your choice. That's a good tip here. Turn off Wi-Fi and LAN for a quicker setup. It's quite big actually. Wow, it's quite nice. It's very minimal from the sides. You've got some ports in the front. Full-size SD card slot, Type A, Type C. Then we've got a microphone array in there. And then we've got a fingerprint reader and a power button in there. On the back, we have an AC in, which means internal power supply. In fact, this is 145 watt power supply inside. Mic and headphones combo jack. Oh yeah, we have that in the front as well. So we've got another USB Type C, DisplayPort, HDMI port, 2 LAN ports, and then 2 USB Type A ports. And interestingly, there is a very special, interesting port in here. Please read the user manual carefully before use. So if we can just pry this rubber away from there, you can see, voila, there is a special slot. This is PCIe Gen 5 X8 PCIe slot, which lets us have graphics. So all we have here is a power cable and then a HDMI cable. This is interesting. Inside this headphone and mic combo jack, there is a button, clear CMOS button is in there. So it's very, very far in. It kind of goes through the headphone and mic combo jack. And then behind there is the clear CMOS button. Can you see inside there? There is a button. Okay, there's the dock for this. Underneath, we've got another power cable. We've got some screws. We've got 2 power cables. The graphics card adapter there. Yes, okay. Inside this, if you wanted to, you could, if you undo that, you could slot this into there, and then you can have an M.2 2230 slot. We're gonna check out what's inside actually. Okay. So what we can see inside right now is 2280 NVMe slot, which is in here. As you can see, the ribbon cable goes into there. So you would have to replace this with that one in there, boom. If you wanted to have the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card in here, which I don't know why you would need that, because you've got Wi-Fi in there anyway. I guess if you want better Wi-Fi or something like that, but you've got that there already. Look, here's the Wi-Fi antennas that you would have to connect to the Wi-Fi card that would be in there. It would go there, but you could use the M.2 in there. But if you do use the M.2, it's gonna split the actual PCIe bandwidth to this one. So you'll start to lose it. I think then you'll get only 4 PCIe Gen 5 lanes, but that's not what I want to do. And then what you can see there is the power supply is underneath here. And this is a 600 watt power supply. It's so annoying. I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars to just change my Windows wallpaper just because my Windows isn't licensed. Well, why don't you try Hookies? That's a ton cheaper. And if you use the code TN20, you get it even cheaper. What do you mean? How do I get it and how is it possible? Well, see this video here, or the one you're watching. Click in the link on the video description, add the Windows 11 CD product to the cart, proceed to checkout, add the code TN20 for the extra discount. So what, the Windows 11 Pro OEM key is just $23.22? Yeah. Choose the preferred payment option and complete the purchase. The key will be available on the purchased orders in a few moments. Copy the key and paste it into your Windows activation settings, and you're all done. Well, that was easy. Is that Ryan Gosling? No. Anyway, by the way, the same discount code also works website-wide, so go check out other products, maybe like Microsoft Office. Interestingly, we've got these 2 PCIe cables that are 8-pin, and these potentially can supply 600 watts of power supply. But we know that the graphics card that requires 600 watts is requiring more than 2 PCIe Gen 5 cables. I do have a solution for that, which I'm going to try to implement in a moment, but I want to turn it all on and then see if it actually works. Let's set it all up and then see how much graphics can we actually pull on this. Bear in mind, you've got 2 power supplies going on here. 145 watts on the mini PC and then 600 watts on this docking station. Altogether 750 roughly watts. Let's see what happens, I suppose. We should just be able to slot it in there, just like that. Then as you can see, there is this little protection one, and that goes in there. Just make sure that the rubber is the right way. And that holds that mini PC together so it can't just slip out. Then on the side here, we'll put the PCIe cover. So later we can protect our graphics card with this. Alrighty, so what I have done over here is I've set it up. The PC on the side here is on, it's working. As you can see, I'm in the PC and right now there is no GPU, dedicated GPU installed in there, which is interesting. Okay, I can see something red in there, which is package ring thermal throttling. Okay, so interesting is somehow the package was thermally throttling 2%. Let's see what have we pulled so far, where we've set up the PC. 53 watts at maximum, PL1 limits, and PL2, the 54 watts for the CPU. That is, I think, still conservative. I want to see what we can do, because it's keeping it quite warm, just to keep it quiet, because this has not made a sound so far. So I want to test the CPU first. So let's take a look. The good thing is the PL1 and PL2 limit, both of them are 54 watt. So it should be just pushing it through all the way 54 watts, not making us sweat and not pulling it down the power. The thing is, I believe the Core Ultra 285H has actually a bigger power limit that you can push on it. So maybe in BIOS we're on a lower kind of limit. So we'll have a look. This has got to be one of the quietest PCs I've tried. It is so quiet still here. Look at that, we're using Micron DDR5. So crucial, eh? Well, we're not gonna see that soon anymore, are we? The fan is going only 1,800 RPM, which is pretty slow. By the way, just for reference, while it's completing that, this is the MSI AI16 Plus Stealth, and this is running the Ryzen AI9 370HX CPU, which you've seen in a lot of other devices. And on this laptop, it's pulling 75 watts. This is a lot, it's 20 watts lower. The temperatures are very, very good. 75 watts. In fact, I think it's trying to keep it a little bit high to keep the fan speeds down because it's hardly making any noise whatsoever. Okay, we just finished and we got 955 points. To be honest, I am not happy with that performance. So I want to go to the BIOS to see if there is anything else that we can do. To 955. Oh, so it was doing updates in the background. Okay, there we go. We're in BIOS. Let's take a look. Advanced power and performance. Okay, so this TDP has been put to 54 watts and I'm going to put it to 65 watts. Okay, let's see what happens now. Look at that, the fingerprint worked very fast. Okay, I want to see what hardware monitor says now in terms of the power limit. Okay, it just says all 65 watts. So we're pulling quite a bit more power now. Let's try the multi-core again. Remember, 955 was the score to beat. And it's not doing good. It's going 49 watts now. So I might have used some settings that weren't good. So there's lots of power settings in there. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm just gonna reset everything in the BIOS, but then just enable the TDP to 65 watts. Okay, there we go. Restore defaults. Okay, we're gonna go 65. Okay, 65 watts. Let's go. Okay, and now we're pulling 65 watts. Interestingly, I can see online that the 285H can pull up to 115 watts and should be sustained 85 watts, not a problem. I think they've tried to keep this quiet. So What I have here is an RTX 5060, and this one does have one 8-pin PCIe power cable. In a minute, we're gonna just install that in there and then see if we can get an RTX 5060 come alive with this. And then I've got something a little bit more beastie. Okay, we got 1098 points, which is actually higher. Now, I still believe that we are handicapping this CPU by the power limit, and I think it should pull a little bit more. Bear in mind that AMD processor that we had on the Stealth, we got 1220 points, which is actually a little bit more impressive. So that's the CPU performance. But in terms of the other spec, we have 64 gigabytes of RAM. Interestingly, it's running at 5600 megatransfers per second, which tells me that it is actual DIMM slots, not soldered onto it. We have got, whoa, 2 SSDs, one crucial and one something else. YC3000 SSD, that's an interesting one. Wi-Fi 7, that is good, obviously NPU. And then we've got the Arc 140T GPU that's inside there. And then right now, I believe the shared GPU memory is 36 gigabytes, which means that if you want to have some AI models running on there, some LLMs, you have 36 gigabytes, which is very, very impressive. But let's see if the dedicated GPU actually works. And then I've got finally a very interesting idea what to do here. Okay, the fans have gone off. Okay, I guess we'll just plug it in. Take one of these, plug it into there. What you have to do is make sure that the dock is already powered on first before you power on the PC. And then now we're gonna take the video output from the graphics card just here and then power it on. Look at that, fans are on. It came on, that's there, but we don't have the graphics installed. So let me plug it back into the iGPU for now. I have downloaded the NVIDIA GPU installer, so let's see if it actually finds a GPU and if we can install the driver. Driver. Oh, look at that. I found some Beelink control center in there. Auto performance mode, 100%. Okay, overclock. Features in development. Performance mode, 100%. Yes. Okay, my friends. Now when we go to Task Manager, we should see NVIDIA RTX 5060. And if I'm gonna run this firmware on there, so we're pulling 145 watts from this tiny GPU from this one cable. It's rather loud. Interestingly, the airflow design here is not particularly amazing because it pulls in air from both sides. So the air has to go in from here and then out from both of the sides. So if I blow it with smoke, you can see how the GPU is pulling a lot more of the smoke than the CPU. Some of it can go to the CPU and then come out from the back. Now we know that this GPU works, and we've got 2 of these PCIe 8-pin connectors, and we know that technically one of the cables is rated usually on a PSU 450 watts, so that's like kind of 300 watts, right? But it does tell us that it can supply 600 watt power supply. So how can we get 600 watts from 2 of these ports? These 2 won't give us 600 watts. And I wonder if we can get this working. This is the Zotac RTX 5090 Arctic Storm. Super powerful GPU that pulls 600 watts. So, install this. Now, if you remember this power supply, this is the older version. And at that point, they actually had these cables. So 2 PCIe 8-pin on one side, and then 600 watts on the other side cables, which allows us to have, theoretically, something that, I don't know if Beelink allows you to do that or not. Well, we're gonna try this anyway. Okay, I've checked, the pin layout is exactly the same, so that's safe, but we're still gonna have fingers crossed to see if this actually works. Okay, this is on, that's on. Let's see if the fans turn on. 3, 2, 1. I can hear the water Come on, give us a picture out. Oh, I don't know why doesn't it give us picture out from there. I wonder if it's still loading, because it does seem to be on. I'm going to go to the iGPU. Maybe it's still configuring things out. I have been connected to the iGPU port right now. We have 5090. 5090 is working. Boom! Ever seen a mini PC with an RTX 5090 liquid cooled AIO? I don't think so. 100% first in the world. Okay. There is a high chance that when I press go on this, it's not going to deliver 555 watts and it just all is going to absolutely cake out. I guess we'll see what happens. But right now it's pulled up to 75 watts. Start. We are 575 watts. Just want to double check that we're not pulling this through Intel iGPU. Oh my goodness. It's actually doing it. Yeah, I can feel it heating on. This is so cool. I can't believe it's actually doing it. Beelink has made an absolute beast of a thing. So whatever their website says, what GPUs is possible, if you have the correct tools and correct things, voila. Bear in mind, there is actual pin layout on this dock in there as well. So in case you're getting one of these cables and the pin layout is different, just double check that it is the same. I know Seasonic has exactly the same one as this. Perhaps you already have this cable at home, but hey, it absolutely works. Our GPU temperature is about 55 degrees, even though we're pulling about 575 watts. Thank you for using your service. We'll be landing soon. That is absolutely amazing. So what we've just established is that the CPU is okay. It does need some tuning and perhaps some BIOS settings to unleash a little bit more. But the GPU compatibility that you can get with this one is unlimited. It is absolutely amazing. Now, there's another thing in just around there that I'd like to show you as well. As you can see in there, there is one PWM fan header. So if you need to put a fan, external fan to blow extra air on your GPU, especially on the back plate in there because it doesn't have any power. So you can put it in there and then it just kind of has good airflow. Or if you want to cool the cables down, they go a little bit too hot or something like that. But if I'm not mistaken, according to Beelink, what we just did was impossible. But it wouldn't be a Tech Notice video if it didn't open this up and actually see what's inside this thing and how does this actually work. Because so far, I'm seriously impressed. You do have this nice rubber handle that you can easily pull this off. Oh my goodness, look at this Beelink, that's amazing. They've done a great job. I mean, look how this has been laid out. Firstly, you've got a dust filter in here. You've got speakers in there. Everything's laid out so nicely, so perfectly. Let's take this dust filter off so you can see underneath there as well. It feels like a premium mini PC. This here is the power supply. It's so small, it's so impressive. Now, if you do want to upgrade your RAM, I suppose you're gonna have to get underneath here somehow. So I guess the speakers are gonna have to come off. Okay, I gotta be careful there because there's another ribbon cable, the speakers in here, I mean, this is impressive, seriously impressive. How do I get this off there? Perhaps I did the wrong screws. As you can see underneath there, there is RAM. And they are DIMM slots, 5600 megatransfers per second. Boom, it is there. Okay, yes, power supply comes off in there. The power just goes into there. Okay, in order to access everything, it is quite tricky. So I can actually put the speaker cables back. Okay, so this needs to come off as well because that standoff there is an actual screw. So that needs to come off. Okay, that standoff is off now. You have to be very careful to do that because that cable over there will, if you ruin that, all of your speaker cables will be gone. But now, as you can see, we do have access to our RAM. So you don't actually have to do that cable in there. PCIe Gen 4, we've got the Wi-Fi card in there, 2230. One PCIe in there, but we did see two PCIe. So this, yeah, this is crucial RAM, right? Okay. X4 slot in there that you could use, just adding in extra storage, which is absolutely amazing. I can see the cooling and the fan on the other side. Let's just put it back together. I think Beelink has really created something really amazing. Internal power supply, very clean cable management. You've got SD card slot, you've got microphone array here, so if you do want to have a call or something like that, you can do that. You've got plenty of ports, absolutely amazing. Upgradability inside, and the dock allows you to now upgrade your GPU to high heavens as much as you can, believe it or not. My only gripes with this one is I wish that we had more power delivery for the CPU, because I think the CPU is slightly weak compared to something like the Ryzen 9 HX 370. It's a little bit more powerful, you get better performance compared to this one, but with Intel, benefit usually is a higher, better memory, but they're going with a lower memory, but you can upgrade the RAM if you want to, plus 64 gigabytes right now is gold. That 64 gigabytes probably costs more than this PC right now, which is a little bit crazy. I'm super happy. It just feels very premium mini PC. If you enjoyed videos like this, hit that subscribe button, like the video, it actually makes a difference. And yeah, check out the link in the video description below. I'm gonna leave it down there if you wanna pick it up. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.